Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and we are live. It's 12:30, a little bit earlier than normal, so I expect this show to be a catch-up bonanza, but we are live across the internet, the voice of Ipswich Town fans. I am, of course, your host, Gov. The chat is fairly busy. If you're watching us live, do get active in the chat. Gives you a chance to have your say. But I'm just regretting getting green screens, if I may start the show that way, because middle of winter, green screens, great big blaring lights. Yeah, no problem. In a heat wave, I got some sweaty bollocks. That's what I'm going to say, my friends. It's fucking hot in here. It's really hot. And I've already got tonsillitis again. So I'm sweating as it is, and it's just unbearable. So we may fly, and I do mean fly, through today's show. I don't have a fan like Phillips. I mean, who can afford a fan these days? Electricity prices. I mean, has he got his wife pedaling in the background to keep it running? I don't know. But we are live across the internet. I want to hear from you. We have got Baggett going to Gillingham. We have got Celina, Cruncher, known for his tweets that don't come true, tweeted about Bursan. We have got a left back, £1 million. We have yet to discuss that. That was obviously a last week's, just after we were live. New boards, and of course, Mr. Hurst. Let's see what the boys think of that one. Before we go any further, a huge thank you to these wonderful people we call our Talking Town Fifth Stand Ultras. They are the monthly supporters. They are the people really that keep me sitting here week in, week out, through heat waves, through cold snap, through whatever. Keep the lights on, as it were, well, particularly these days anyway. So a huge thank you to every single one of them. It is July the 10th. I haven't yet updated it for July. So if you're not on there, please do not worry, or do not fret. You will be added as soon as I'm able to get a new list to Mr. Nunn, our Mr. Monday night. All right, a few comments before he comes to Cruncher. We've got EJ Norris. Good afternoon, TT people. How are you all this sunny Sunday afternoon? Ashley, happy Sunday all. Looking forward to Tuesday night being back at Portman Road. Obviously, yes, the Hammers upcoming. Who is going? Get a roll call going in the chat. We would love to know who's going, just so I can try and nick you for a show, really. Adam, looking like another mid-table season. We haven't signed enough quality. Well, make sure you're there to see it, because we are giving away season tickets. We are giving away tickets to home games throughout the course of the season to Talking Town community members. All the information's on our giveaway video on the channel. We currently are sat on 3,766 subscribers. You do the maths. We're not that far away from 2,000. We have got 20 days. That's like 11 a day. We're close. We're not close enough. Just to reiterate, what will happen is if we hit 4,000, some season tickets will be given to charity. Volunteering matters. That is correct, Mr. Moss, isn't it? With me a wave if it is. Thank you very much. And then a season ticket will be paid for by, or a couple, paid for by Cruncher, to be given away through the season. Let's bring him in, because he can tell you the nuts and bolts of it all. The Cruncher, Richard Moss.
You're talking utter Kim.
Hello, Mr. Moss. Right. Tell the people at home.
Bollocks.
Wow, that's often what we do on this show.
And Sam Morsey is going to be giving away 2 season tickets.
Of course. Yes.
So what do we need? 234, Martin.
234. Yes, that's what we need. 11 a day.
10th of July. So I'll make that 21 days to go.
It's not long. Ben King, what's the latest in Celina? We'll come to Celina through the course of the show. So do keep going. 234 left, says Ashley. So yeah, keep going. Giveaway update on the channel. Hawk says anyone else stand out there like, yeah, I'm a little bit out of myself here. So I may drop myself out when we bring Matt in, just to see if I can, because I'm talking, but I'm waving now, and it's
you're a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
I'm a little bit behind it. It's reacting how I'm feeling, to be fair. Look, before we go any further, where were you yesterday, Mr. Moss? Tell the world where you were.
Well, Friday night, I was at the Women's Euros.
You were.
So Friday night, I went to the Brentford Community Stadium, and I'll tell you what, fantastic stadium. But getting through London, Martin, on a Friday night is an absolute shit show. But we got there, plenty of time. Great stadium. They've got the safe standing bit where we were sitting behind the goal. And it was a really good game. Germany 4, Denmark 0. I think there's about just under 16,000 there, but really good ground. Look, I miss Griffin Park. You've been to Griffin Park, mine, with a pub on every corner. But I think Brentford knew that they had to move. You know, they've gone to the Premier League. Obviously, the facilities they had at that stadium wasn't anything like that they've got at the new stadium, and they even do pizzas. So, Mark Ashton, if you're listening, if you're watching, I want pizzas at Portman Road.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of buying takeaway pizza.
Yeah,
we had this conversation in the WhatsApp. Like, no. Anyway, right.
So I went to London Friday, all the way home, and then back yesterday. We went to Hyde Park for British Summertime Live. Johnny Marr. Do you know who Johnny Marr is, Martin?
You listed the bands in the WhatsApp group, and I didn't have a clue who any of them were.
Well, bring Matt in, because Matt will know who Johnny Marr is. He'll tell everyone all about him.
I'm sure they're friends.
So, main event was Pearl Jam, who, look, for me,
Space Jam.
Yeah, Pearl Jam, look, they're a massive, massive band. I didn't know a lot of their songs, if I'm honest. My missus sort of was a fan back in the day. But the people I went to see, look, these.
You did.
Stereophonics. Every single time, absolutely smash it out the park. They've been going for 25 years. Fantastic, mate. I could watch them every day of the week.
Do you know the song Dakota?
Well, yeah, they always close with it.
Okay. All right. So, which lyrics of Dakota? Let's see how much of a super fan you are, Mr. Moss. Which lyrics are correct? We have got, what happened to you? I know we'll never meet again. Or what happened to you? I wonder if we'll meet again.
What's the second one?
Correct, Amondo. Look at that. He's passed with flying colours. A super fan in our midst.
But it was baking. It was. I don't know how many was in Hyde Park yesterday, but it was absolutely rammed.
It looked like lots. It looked like COVID central, my friend.
I think Pearl Jam, obviously, they played Friday night as well. They've got Duran Duran there playing today. They've had Adele there. So if anyone likes the music, make sure you go there like next year or whatever. Because obviously COVID, they haven't had it for a couple of years. I've been there before. I've seen the Killers. I've seen Tears for Fears.
I was a lukewarm Duran Duran fan, but on the way home from Manchester, BBC Radio 2 had an hour's special on Duran Duran, and I now just can't stand them. Literally, I wanted to cry on the way home. It was like, oh, this is too much Duran Duran. Right, let's go ahead and bring Matt in. Before we do, we have got somebody who is new to us, Crunch, Chris Brown, not the singer, but he is a Town fan, wearing his Town shirt proudly on his update picture. Hey, all new to the channel and love the updates. Look at that.
Hit that subscribe, Chris.
Absolutely.
And tell your friends as well.
Welcome. You'll enjoy yourself through the season.
Simpson Spiders, I will be talking to you on the first day of the season, Big Dave, if you're there.
Well, he's going to be talking.
He wants the boys to get a tarantula. He says he's got some starters. If anyone out there loves spiders, Simpson Spiders is your man. And he's not the type of man to say no to, Martin, is he?
No, and he might be doing some paid partnerships. So we'll see where that goes. But Chris, welcome in. You're going to enjoy yourself through the course of the season because this channel is exciting. That's what I'm going to say. Kun, yes.
First time I've had a Bull's Lager already, so I'm now on to the Kun 5.5% Prem winning blonde. Shout out to Josh, Away Days Beers.
I will get you in a minute, Matt, I promise. So I won't bring you in. You start a new conversation. Right, let's go ahead and bring in the media mogul.
We've just lost the teenagers. It's absolutely embarrassing.
Matt Phillips. Matty, do you know who is it?
Johnny Marr?
Yeah, that's him. I know Andrew Marr.
Yeah, slightly different. Smiths, he was the guitarist in the Smiths with Morrissey. Yeah,
I can't stand Morrissey.
Yeah, well, a lot of people say that, but I've seen Johnny Marr and I've seen Pearl Jam. Both are very good. So I don't like doing outdoor shows, though. Not for me. Not for me.
Talking of very good, Mr. Phillips. Let's come to you. We've had Mr. Moss. Let's come to you now because you were on the hype train last night for Fabio Wardley. So much so that Fabio quote tweeted greatness. The GOAT knows the GOAT. Talk to me about. I didn't see the fight last night, but
Fabio beat someone who came in last minute actually, and stopped him. He was a big lad. He was a big lad. Someone's put on Twitter today the rematch is going to be at SummerSlam. He was a big,
Is that Butterbean? Do you remember Butterbean, Matt?
Yeah. Butterbean, yeah. The king of 4-rounders. But so Fabio went through him, and then brilliantly he stuck his Ipswich Town shirt on, the new shirt, did his interview to DAZN, so that went out into the States as well. Did a really good interview, actually. He was on for about 5 minutes and spoke really well. And even the geezer who was doing the interview was like, that is a top quality shirt. Can you get me one? So it was all good. It was all good. I'd like to see Fabio step up now. He needs there's some good domestic fighters floating around heavyweight. I'd like to see him with someone like the Romford Bull, Johnny Fisher, someone like that.
Bosh.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
14-0 any Matt now? 14-0, Fabio?
He's all right. 13 KOs, yeah.
Yeah, but how many actual, and I don't mean to discourage the record, but how many actual boxers is he, real caliber has he faced, Matt?
He beat what's his name? Chris. I think it was Chris Ariola, who used to be a contender in the States and fought for the title a couple of times, but way over the hill. I think it was Ariola. Someone might be able to tell me. But but now's the time to start stepping up. But like I say, this was a guy who came in as a stand-in. So
okay, and we're starting early because you're a big tennis fan. My interest started last Monday.
There you go, Cameron Corey. Back to South Africa you go. Go on.
Yeah. One set he had me.
Yeah.
So who do you fancy winning today? You got Kyrgios, the tantrums king, or you've got Kovac, who's inhaling stuff on the side of the court, saying it's
Novak.
Novak played for Croatia. He was a great signing on Football Manager.
Yeah,
I'm getting myself confused.
Well, I don't think you can look past Novak really, but if you actually look at the stats, Kyrgios has beaten Novak both times, and Novak never won a set. But it's a different.
I've got a question for Matt. Are you a tennis fan for another 350 days of the year, or just for 2 weeks at Wimbledon?
I watched the slams and some of the goods. I've been to a few tournaments. Been to Queens before.
You've been quite good at tennis because you're quite small. You'd be nippy around that court. You'd remind me of Michael Chang. Do you remember him back in the day?
I do. Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? He disappeared without trace, that guy. Yeah, he was good. Yeah, no, I do like him. My mum's a big fan. I'd love to be able to take her to Wimbledon next year. I'll put myself in for the ballot for next year. Do you know what? If you wanted a season ticket to Wimbledon, what they call debenture seats, you have to buy it in 4-year blocks, and it's 80 grand. But you get the VIP bit, the bars, and the restaurants. 80 grand.
Nearly, Matt, as much as I spent in Planet Blue on Thursday. And look at this. Look at this. Matt wants this.
Hold on a minute. You actually ended up buying that, did you?
There it is.
He wouldn't buy me one, everybody. Is it
is.
good? Is it a good fit?
I won't be wearing it for a few weeks with these temperatures, mate.
No, I can imagine you probably won't be. We've got some comments coming in. First up, Stephen Perry, see the EFL pulled the blackout for the World Cup with the Sky deal ending in 2024. I see streaming the way forward. Do you know anything about that?
I don't, but I think Amazon have got some Champions League rights.
Yeah.
I keep saying this, but I think Amazon are dipping their toe in the water on all of this. And then once one of the Sky packages come through, they'll get it. They'll jump in. And then that will be the game changer. And you'll see what you get in the States over here. And clubs will start streaming their own games and all that kind of stuff. Is what I think is going to happen. I mean, it's the 2:45, 5:15 blackout windows, like ridiculous. Anyway, disappeared. But don't you think, Rich? It's like a ridiculous thing, isn't it?
Look, it's available. Look, we all know what happens nowadays. It's available now if you want to watch these town games through these streams.
Yeah.
So
if you're creative with the internet, absolutely.
Exactly. So it's the way to go. And in the end, for a 3 o'clock blackout, that'll be a thing of the past.
I suppose I can see if you was a League 2 team or whatever, or a lower League 1 side. I don't think it affects Ipswich too much, but people might think, I'm not going to go to the ground. I ain't going to go and spend in the shop the catering.
Exactly.
I can see why that would affect them. But, Ipswich is still going to get 26, 27,000 if we're being on TV anyway. So that don't make no difference.
There we go. Talking of being on TV, making a difference. Crunchy, you've got we're going to obviously bring these back through the season, but you've got a Crunchy and tackle I think we should probably come to now. If you're a fan of goals, well, this might be for you.
This is shout out to Matt Stannard because he sent me to this. And if anybody throughout the season has got any zany sort of things about football, send them to me and we'll get them read out here. So this is Sierra Leone FA. Right, so going into the final game of the season, Kelowna Rangers and Gulf FC were going for the remaining place in the National Super League which is the final qualifying stage for the country's Premier League, right? So these two games, the half-time score, Matt, was Celina Rangers 2, Lumbibo United 0, and in the other game, Gulf FC 7, Kukima Lebon 1. So that was 7-1.
You're doing well with these pronunciations. Thank God Martin's not doing it.
Second half, we had 177 goals.
100? What? It's like...
But I was reading, Lubumbi United, they had 3 players sent off. So these two games obviously are being investigated by the young left because they
think
a bit dodgy. But Lubumbi, they had 3 players sent off. Their coach is saying, "Oh no, it's all above board." He said, "I even walked off at some stage. I didn't even know what the score was." But he's saying they're all above board. But listen, you think these two games are high scoring?
Yeah.
The record win is in the Madagascan League. AS Adema versus Olympique Lamia. Do you know what the score is? Anyone in the chat? Do you know? If you're fans of goals, does anybody know what the score was in this game? Because you will not guess. Because this team, they had a beef with the ref. The ref had given a poor decision. Now, Martin says that I give poor decisions when I referee, but nothing on the scale of this. They had a bee in their bonnet. So they scored 149 own goals.
Poor goalkeeper.
So it was 149-0. So there you go. So if you're a fan of goals, obviously you want to head over to Sierra Leone. That is the place to be. You know, there's goals.
Yeah.
It all seems a little bit shady.
Yeah.
Dave Simpson, League One ref then. I mean, they could have done with a centre-half or two, which is a transition, obviously, to one of our own, the Indonesian wonder kid. He's gone out on loan. The first Elkenbag, obviously, on loan to Gillingham, for those that perhaps have been living on a beach, enjoying the summer instead of wandering about Ipswich Town Football Club. But I want to know, really, Matt, you sort of gave Dobra pelters last year for the loan spell just up the A12. Now, it's further. It's across the river. But is it further enough for you? Is this the right move for Elkenbag?
Yeah. Is it commutable, is what we're saying?
Can he live where he's living?
Yeah. The Dobra one was the worst loan move in history. It was that ridiculous, wasn't it? I want to go.
Tony Dinning might challenge that one.
What Cook goes, what we'll do is we'll just send you down to everyone I've just given the elbow to, and it's about 10, 12 miles away. Ludicrous. I see they've gone back together again, haven't they? At Chesterfield. Baggett to Gillingham. See, I'm going to give Baggett a little bit of a pass there because I said he wouldn't. There was no need for him to get out on loan because I feel like he's still getting maturity and, you know, with all that travel he does to Indonesia, that's not normal for a kid of his age and the spotlight he's in over there anyway. So I think he's a little bit more advanced than maybe some of the other youngsters. But it's a good move. We're going to League Two. I think you got to think he'll play games. Some of their fans had the umper bag, didn't they, Rich? I was seeing like a few of the comments. Like, who's this guy? But I would like him to have stayed here as one of our full.
Made his debut yesterday, Matt. They played Dover. Played 45. Oh, yeah. They lost 2-0 to Dover. Matt from the Gill's in the blood. Obviously, we're friends with him.
Yeah.
I messaged him on Friday night. I said, "You've got a player there. Look after him." But I think he's going to League Two. He's got a really good manager, I think, Matt.
Neil
Harris. I think that's really important. I think he'll get the game time. They should be, I'd have thought, near the top of the league. I'd have thought Gillingham. You know, I'd be surprised if they weren't pushing for one of them top 3 spots to get back to League One. I think it's a really good move for him. I think he'll go there, play week in, week out. And he wasn't going to get that football at Town, Martin. He might have got the odd cup game here and there, but he was always going to be behind Burgess. Corey and Dubber's ahead of him as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. He's done that loan move. He's won that player of the year at Salford. Now it's time for Baggett to go out. And let's hope, Matt, that he comes back next summer. He's got a promotion on his CV. He's played in a lot of games and maybe even Gillingham's player of the year. And then he's on to us. So I think it's a good move for him.
Yeah, agreed. You made a good point there, actually. That suggests to me then no defenders are leaving. Because we thought at the top of the summer that maybe Burgess would be one they would sacrifice in terms of you've paid almost £1 million for someone who's just sitting on the bench to make any sense at all to me. So I thought maybe that would be one that would go and then Baggett would slot into there. But the fact they've allowed him to go, unless they're going to put all their eggs in one basket on Corey as the fourth choice, I don't know. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think he'll do well there.
Apparently, he made a mistake for one of the Dover goals yesterday. I saw on Twitter from a Gillingham fan. Don't know how true that is. Everything is subjective, opinions. But I think it'd be great for him. Yeah, why not? Get him out. Alex Wilson, Kittens is half our old first team rejects aren't there. Plus, he'll play week in, week out. Well, nothing will be given to him. I think with Neil Harris, that's a really key thing. Nothing will be given to him. He will have to earn it. And I think Neil Harris he was rumoured to be coming here at one point. Didn't happen, obviously. Yeah. Why not? Good manager. We know they're doing a big overhaul. A little bit similar to what Cook did for us last year, laying the foundation. We know he was unhappy with the whole squad. We played the interview.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do. I was just interested to see if it was far enough for you, though, because I know how you are about geography.
Yeah. Look, I preferred him to have gone to Barrow. That's a bit of a dive or something.
I don't think he would have suited Barrow's style of play. He's a ball player. Gillingham are going to be on the front foot, as Rich says, probably a lot of times. Yeah, let's see what happens. But then you've got Donatian, Edmondson, Burgess, Wolfenden, and Darber. So that's 5 for 3.
5.
Yeah.
That's it, really, isn't it? That's going to be.
You've always got to think one of those is always going to be floating around with an injury of some kind.
Suspension injury, yeah, absolutely. Change its formation, form.
Yeah.
What's your 3 then at the moment? Now you know you're 5, or you think that's your 5.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because we debated this at the end of last season. It is a tough one, I think. I mean, look, Wolfenden, nailed on. We debated, didn't we, at the end of the season, whether or not Donatian would keep his place. Played really well. Arguably could have been player of the year. I think he probably will. And I think Edmondson's got to go over on the left, which is where he was playing before he got the long-term injury. So I don't see why McKenna would change that.
Do you not fancy any balance on that left side, Rich? You've got 2 left footers in Christian Burgess and Corey and Darby.
I think it's really harsh on Edmondson, isn't it? If he's not in them 3 with the season he had. I see he's back. He was back at Loughborough. I'll be surprised if it wasn't them 3, if I'm honest. I think it should be the start of the season. Who knows by the end of the season what the 3 will be? We might even go for 2, Matt. You don't know. So, But, and Darber, I'm really interested to see what he does this season, because I think he's proved now he can play at League 2 level. I'd think that he'd get them cup games earlier in the season to see what he can do. But I'd like to, by the end of the season, hopefully Corey's sort of one of them 3, and who knows what happens. You might, like Matt says, injuries, suspensions, things might change. You might sell one of them. You don't know. Edmondson Matt might have a really good first half of the season. You come to January and some top-end championship team might come for him. So we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out.
Very true. Do you think what happens next will sort of indicate the formation? Because 5 for 3 seems a balance. 5 for 2 is a little bit top-heavy, is it not?
Yeah. I still think it's going to be. I'm still leaning towards this 3-5-2. We'll have to wait and see what we get against. Was it West Ham Tuesday?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So see what formation you get there.
No, he's not.
Oh well, I was planning to, but the missus is out now, so I can't go. Fuming.
Love going?
I don't know yet. Undecided.
You might do.
See how I feel.
Not for me.
See how I feel.
See how I feel on the day.
See how I feel on the day. It's hardly going to be a sellout, is it? Stephen, this is in Darby's breakthrough. Ease him in and see what happens. Edmondson, JD, and Wolf for Alex. 4 at the back for Mike D. Get an extra midfielder in there.
It's funny, Martin, that like everyone's saying like Elkham will go to Gillingham. He'll get the games he needs. But when John Jules has come here, we're going, he needs to probably start off the bench. Do you know what I mean?
You have to earn it. You have to really earn it. A player you were hot on, Rich, Tom Lawrence, went to Rangers, missed out on him. But there's another player that you've tweeted about this week. But yet nothing's happened. I've got the transfer show ready.
These things don't happen overnight. These don't happen overnight. So let's just chill out. I think.
So is he coming?
I think his mum was tweeting the TikTok, with the clock gif. Look, I's and T's were being dotted, but these things take time. Even Matt was on the retweet, So I'd be surprised if he didn't.
It's been bubbling. We're waiting for that.
Social media was a light, wasn't it, on I think Friday, and if he doesn't come, there's got to be another one coming in that number 10 spot. I would have thought. We still need another striker. I think we need a 10. We probably need a left back. Look, we're going to get to Lee Davis in a minute. But Celina, I would be surprised if come 30th of July, he's not lining up against Bolton.
Okay. I mean,
something will happen this week, I think. Something will happen this week. They're back from Loughborough. You got the West Ham game Tuesday. Then was it Bury after that, Saturday?
Millwall. Millwall and Palace. They've got 2 games on Saturday now. So they've got a game at Palace behind closed doors, I think Saturday lunchtime, and then they've got the game at Millwall. There's the game at Bury, I think now will be probably an 18s game, I would have thought. But, it's stepping up now, like you say, Matt. We're back from Loughborough. They've done that training. They were out do you see them out in their little boats doing a bit of whitewater rafting, team bonding? It's all looking good, but it picks up a pace now for me. And it's like you say, it was 3 weeks yesterday till that first game. Before we know it, we'll all be at the statue. Matt won't because he's not going to be there. But we will all be enjoying the sun. Bolton Wanderers will be in town. There'll be a bumper crowd that first day of the season. Hopefully,
don't speak to me about that. Don't speak to me about
3 points on the board and away we roll. HMS Pistol League will be setting sail with Captain McKenna at the front.
George Hug, Celina won't return on 20 grand a week, but Hawk says chill. Then he puts an emoji that says soon with an arrow.
Obviously, coming.
When Ashley Bell and Hawk speaks, we listen.
We do.
Stannard, Wimbledon Palace at the same time. Yeah. I know one's behind closed doors, but we have also got Wimbledon on that day. I might go to that. I don't know. I'm decided. Stephen Parry, but we should be learning with a 4. I think it means leaning with a 4 and 3 at the back. We all want more than one option, and we are doing it. Matt Stannard, and we're going to Millwall. We're going. There's a train strike that day. Do you know that?
Yeah, they brought it in now, and it was lucky yesterday, Matt, that the tubes were running smoothly.
Nice.
So it was good.
They're going to Millwall.
Adam Lampley.
I've been to Millwall before. When Cito, was it Cito scored there? 2-1. Sam Parkin right at the end.
Sam Parkin got 2 that day.
Oh, was it 2 that day? Was it? Right at the end, he scored.
Under Mick, it was a 0-0.
Sam Parkin, whoa. He's going to score today. He only scores away. Sam Parkin. 5 goals, Matt, all on the road.
Never saw those.
Utterly
Benton Kookie, Forster and Parkin. What a fucking fun down that was.
Well, the thing is, I don't know. Parkin may have really benefited from a fit Nicky Forster. He never had a fit Nicky Forster.
He was on the back end of his career, weren't he, Matt? Nicky Forster. I remember going to Reading when he scored a hat-trick there. And he was like on fire, but when we had him, he was like.
You could see what Roy was trying to do now. Like you were saying, it was like a Wish.com version of Benton Kookie.
It was. It really was.
You can see what he's trying to do, but it was so massively on a budget, wasn't it? It's unfortunate, really.
Yeah, classic town back then. Adam says early in the show, looking like another mid-table season. We haven't signed enough quality. I'll give you both sort of time to address that comment. That's a great opinion from Adam. We love those. I'll back it to the hill and back. What do you both think?
Well, I think it's too early to say, Adam. Do you know what I mean? We're still 3 weeks to go, and I think you'll see an influx of players coming in starting this week. Because I think as the games come thick and thin, you've got the players will come in. But it's too early to say whether or not they're going to be mid-table. Like I say, I'm not going to make any prediction on this until we've done 10 games.
We're going to have to because we're doing a preview show, and Martin will want your prediction. So don't go sitting on the fence against splinters.
I've been made before by Paul Cook. That ain't going to happen again.
If you didn't do that, don't bother turning up. Don't bother even showing your face.
Opinions. We have big opinions here, don't we, Martin? And you got to stick your neck in the line.
You've got to go big grapefruit.
24 goals, I said last. Oh shit, that went well.
It went well, yeah.
I thought I was going to be correct with Bond. 20 goals plus.
He scored 2 yesterday for QPR. 2 goals for QPR against Crawley.
He's obviously good in the sunshine. It's when it turns to autumn. Suddenly it's that issue, isn't it?
Raheem the Dream, Player of the Year. Just which year? Nobody knows. Yeah, even Raheem. So it's all about having big grapefruit.
It's early, isn't it? You know, you look at Derby, Matt, and everyone's thinking, "Oh, look, they're making some good signings." But
they are.
But you look at the age of the players that they're signing, and we all know what League One is about. You know, when you're into January, February, the pitches ain't that good. David McGoldrick, listen, great player, one of my favourite players at town, but he's 30. What is he? 34 now.
Yeah.
Week in, week out, Saturday, Tuesday. Is he going to be able to keep up with that? Look, I think Derby. I think they are some good signings, and I think they probably will be top 6. I think. See, they sold 10,000 season tickets on the first day.
Wow. Fair play.
So they played Bradford yesterday away and they beat them. So I'd expect them. But if you look around the leagues, I know Wednesday have signed 4 or 5. There's not really been, Matt, a great deal of activity
No.
at the minute. But as you get closer to the season and the window at the end of August, there'll be signings going on. And I'd still expect another 3 to come in. I'd be very surprised if we didn't get another 3.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of Derby at the moment. They're kind of, if you don't learn from your previous mistakes, you are doomed to fail. And it just seems like they're, again, going mad in the transfer window.
But I want them to be like at full pelt because as Ipswich, I feel like we want to. If we're going to win the title, or we come second or whatever it might be, or you go up through the playoffs. Make sure you're beating the best.
Totally agree. Look, when we're beating Bolton that season, with Bolton fucking under 15, 5-0, and everyone's like, if we beat. Nah, come on, let's have Bolton at full pelt, Derby at full pelt, Sheffield Wednesday, Peterborough. We don't want it to be easy.
I do. Yes, I fucking do. I don't care how we go up, just go up.
Agreed, but let's turn them over when they come to town. Let's beat these teams at Portman Road this season. Let's lay down that marker when they come down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with
that. Talking of Portman Road, new boards ready for the new season. It seems at the moment, Rich, that
it is.
If it's an object that you can see, Ashton's basically selling it. It's like we've got SEH dugout sponsors.
Yeah.
We've got new advertising company. I mean,
Addy TV, 30-year pedigree in LED technology, event production, and creative contact services. And the new screen will be up and running. Mark Ashton says for the Bolton games, there'll be a bit of disruption for a few season ticket seats around that area. It's only going to be for one game. So there you go.
You will give it the big one when I have to move my seats. But no, in all honesty, though, I mean, HDR Media didn't get the call from Ashton, Matt, as you can imagine. We weren't in the bidding process. But is it a good thing? Because obviously it's more commercialised at Portman Road now, and you get the feeling every step you take is a step closer to stadium selling naming rights. At some point, I'm not saying this year, but commercially, if it ain't now down already got a sponsor, it's getting one.
Well, they did say, didn't they, the American owners when they came on, they said, actually, was it Matt Slater? Maybe it was Matt Slater who told us that it's quite difficult to give naming rights to an existing ground because everyone just will call it, because the idea is you call it, I don't know, Dunkin' Donuts Arena or whatever.
Sports Direct Stadium, Newcastle, that went down well, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
James's Park.
But it's good. I mean, look, listen, with the big screen and that, I'd be interested to see what kind of content they're going to put on that screen. You want some kind of magazine show on there, don't you? Well, presumably it's going to be, you could be able to watch, so whoever's on the PA or whatever next season, they'll be down there with them.
That's another thing I want to touch on. You said about the PA there. Stephen Foster, brilliant on the radio. Not for me.
Yeah,
for a PA announcer at a football ground. You need someone on there. Like, look, Rob Chandler was brilliant, I'm not just saying that because I'm mates with him, but for so many years, you go down there. he was fantastic. But Foster's got that voice for radio. He doesn't come across for me one of them people who 10, 15 minutes before kickoff, the atmosphere is building, the music's on, that get them fans going. But I just think there's a man sitting up there. He'd be great on the PA.
You get with names on.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
But I'd make it fun. Do not fret, my friends. But the thing is, I can't criticise Foz because I didn't hear him. It literally pinned me. It was so loud.
The system is going to be all singing and dancing, Matt, this season.
There you go.
Ashley Bell say Matt Holland, Darren Ben Ambrose are involved with Town TV, I reckon. That's if bloody Charlton ain't paying him £1, mate.
Well, Matt did tell me he's got to earn a living, Matt. When I said to him, why are you wearing that shirt? He said, I've got to earn a living, Rich.
Yeah. I think, but like you say, Foz, they probably need someone a little bit different to Foz. Like you say, a good radio DJ, but he sounds a bit Village Fate for me. I'd rather we had someone like you get in Italian leagues who's just like screaming names down the microphone. That'd be good.
Yeah. Gonzalo Higuain. And the thing is, that's tough though, really, because for Foz, I mean, last year the club were very COVID still, you couldn't go on the pitch. There was no activities. You've got to have some activities to really bounce off. Otherwise, it's just literally reading a list of names, flowers.
I was in Leicester Square yesterday. It was absolutely fucking rammo. Do you think COVID? Don't even exist now.
But you know, there's
Mr. White's anyway. Mr. White's is the place to go, Martin. If you want to go for a 20 quid pizza,
I don't.
Go.
I don't. Tesco's.
I thought we did pizzas at Pullman Road. Wasn't it the Papa John's thing? Or was that just a slice?
That was a slice, mate. Just a slice of the pizza pie.
£10 they were. £10 at Brentford, by the way. And getting back to like your big screens, they've got a screen either side, Matt, on the two main stands.
Yeah.
And where we sat behind the goal, you've got TV screens all above your head.
Nice. Like
So this is we're stepping into where we should have been. We're so far behind as a football club when Marcus Evans was there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And now we're catching up with everybody. Look, the dugout seats look great, you know, and I might actually be able to see down by that corner flag now they've got rid of them shit bloody dugouts, because I always used to stand up and I couldn't see. You had to shout at the opposition manager, Matt, to get out of your way because he's standing right in the way of us.
Without sounding like someone who's complaining about cashless payments, I ain't looking forward to these new electronic advertisement boards. I'm not quite sure my eyes and my brain can cope with the constant movement behind the players.
I do agree with you, because I've been away, and where sometimes when you're behind the goal and they've got them down the other end, like obviously where the goal is, and you can't see the ball sometimes.
Yeah. You know, I've already got the sun contending with most of the time. So I've got the sun.
Everyone's sat there like this, don't they, in that stand?
You get lovely suntan and everything like that.
Yeah.
We've got some comments. Let me come to those. We've got TT advertisement on the board before kickoff, says Hawks. Well, you never know. Tabotic, what your thoughts on what Norris and the Dyer and Statman interview? I haven't seen it.
Getting a bin. We're not interested in fucking shit players who used to play for us. Piss off.
Stephen Parry, Govs at one. Stephen, I am a 199 pizza man. We're in a cost of living crisis, my friend. Why would you go and? Yeah, why not? It's pizza.
$1.99.
Bitter dough and some pepperoni.
Where'd you get that from? A 199 pizza?
I don't know. I just buy my one from Tesco for a £5. 12 minutes in the oven. Bish bash bosh.
Yeah, you
lovely. I ain't spend 20 quid on the bloody thing. I tell you that much. So I'm going to go for pasta. Pasta, man. It's the easiest thing to cook. Even my wife can cook pasta, and she can't cook a bloody thing.
Got to get the texture just right, haven't you? Al dente, they call it.
That's true. Yeah. Ashley Bell, some lovely hats in the club shop. Keep that some off, or some TT ones.
We've had this discussion. We're not getting them.
There's a delay in production.
But we do have a great store now. So if you do need some TT merch, drop the link in the old chat. And
it's there. Shop.talkingtown. Don't check it out. We have been working hard on that. When we've not had shows,
what else we got? Cups,
loads. When we've not had shows, we've been working on that. So it's really.
I've got a little bit of a bugbear, Matt. Trevor Putney keeps trolling me now on Facebook. Commenting on the boy. I put a picture on him of the boys in their new shirts, and he look. He's great, Trevor, isn't he? I'm only having a laugh. Have you brainwashed them? I said, yes, Trevor, brainwashed them, and they are also trained to kick anything wearing green and yellow.
Oh, nice. Did Trev come back?
He loves the old. He must have an iPhone because he's got them face emojis, you know.
Oh yeah. Loving it. Good old Trev, the legend.
Hopefully, part two. Might have a part two with Trevor because he was
very funny show.
If you haven't watched it in the chat,
it's good.
It is well worth it.
Harry's got a job interview at Portman Road on Thursday. Good luck, Harry. We'll be right behind you. About the catering and bar staff. Good man.
What stand you in? Because can we have some freebies?
Yes.
He hasn't got the job yet, people.
He'll get
an interview. He will. Of course he will. Harry's a good guy. Wants to talk in town. He's got his head screwed on. They'll know that. Right. Talk about head screwed on. Leaf Davis, Left Davis, whatever you want to call him, left back. Ipswich Town apparently submitted a bid of, well, I nearly fell off my chair. I will be honest, when it came through.
Million?
Yes, £1 million, more than we probably ever spent on the Evans in his entirety. Yeah. What do you make of that? Jesse Marsh, too early to say. He is involved in the Australian tour, I believe. George, Mr. Monday Night, said, I hope we don't get caught up in tracking someone like Left Davis. And, you know, it's basically a dead end. A bit like Sonny Bradley was last year. We miss out on other targets. Where are you both on it? £1 million for a left back, can play centre back.
Lewis Robertson currently crying to his beer.
Yeah, I did think of him.
Matt Penny. Well, we need Matt Penny to stay, don't we? Because then Lewis is giving another shirt away.
Yes.
He is.
Well, I mean, look, he had a good. I think he had a good loan spell at Bournemouth last season, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
little bit injury hit. That's a thing. Just splash $1 million on someone who's got a bit of a patchy injury record. So much so that Leeds fans haven't seen too much of him. Obviously, he had the loan spell, but previous to that. But I think it was Phil Hay on the Athletic, who's the Leeds correspondent. He said he could go for that money, $1 million. So we'll wait and see. I mean, look, we'd have done our due diligence on him, wouldn't he? He would have been through the dashboard. And if McKenna is pinpointing him with Parkin, the recruiting guy, they would have just, I'm just gone. They would have analysed him to the hill, wouldn't they? So,
were you surprised at the fee, Rich? Obviously, being a third-tier football club, obviously under the previous ownership, the biggest fee I think was, well, I don't know, God knows. But we surprised? £1 million, big money really for us.
Going from Morecambe. Look, he's worked under Bielsa, so obviously he spotted him. It was funny, Matt. We were coming out of Edgbaston on Tuesday. With Colin, and Colin collared a Leeds fan. Okay. Well, I felt a bit sorry for him because for 10 minutes, Colin wouldn't let him go. We was giving him the grilling him. What's this lad like? And he spoke very highly of him. Yeah. But this Leeds lad also said he had a bet on Town last season. We did have to apologise. Sorry, we didn't go up when we finished. Shit. But he rated him very highly. He's 22. I still think that they'll sign. If they don't sign him, I'd be surprised if they didn't get another left-sided player in.
He won't be the only one, will he?
I don't think Greg Lee is going to be number one, is he? I get that feeling that he won't be. But I think you probably do need two players. He can play further forward. Yeah, Greg Lee as well. Anyway, but this Leif Davis, like Matt said, he was good at Bournemouth. He had a few injuries. He's in the final year of his contract, also at Leeds, so they do reckon he'll leave anyway. So
that's why $1 million's probably a good bit of business.
Get him in, but it does for me, like you said, injury. Hayden Coulson, I was really excited when he came in, and he was one who he had a couple of injuries. He couldn't stay fit, and it was a real shame, wasn't it? So
has he gone back to Borough now? Has he gone back to Middlesbrough now, Hayden?
I think so. Yeah, because he went to Peterborough on loan in the second half of the season. Now I think he's back. He's back now at Borough now. Obviously, Chris Wilder's probably having a look at him. I'd have thought in pre-season because he obviously wasn't there when he took over as manager. But let's just see how it plays out. But I still think Matt Penny, I agree with you, in the bin all day long.
Lots of love,
doesn't it? Shows you the ambition, though, that they would target a Premier League player from League One and say he's £1 million.
Yeah, lots of love in the chat. Which kind of leads me on. That's a great comment because it kind of leads on to what I was going to ask you on the back end of that, which was, if they're prepared to go to $1 million, possibly more, possibly 1.5, it could go out to, who knows? What do you think they're willing to go for a striker? What are they willing to throw around for a George Hurst or whoever?
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't come cheap either, would he? From Leicester, am I right in thinking that?
Leicester, he's another one, Matt. I think he's another one who's in the final year of his contract.
Yeah. And then he'd be able to walk away. So, again, you're looking at the same ballpark figure, I would say. 15 goals was it for Pompey on loan last season? They ain't going to be able to afford him.
I think they're in for him. I think they're in for him, Portsmouth. But like you say, we've got... Listen, we've got... The thing is, at the minute, we are a League One team. We've got loads of money. Look, Mark Steed has said we've got a shed load. Now, we need to get out of this league as soon as possible because then we can spend it properly. When we're in the Championship and spend it on some proper...
It's what Martin's always said, isn't it?
Players like Tom Lawrence, players like Scott Twine, it's always going to be... You're probably not going to be able to attract them in your... Look, we got Chaplin in, obviously. We got Sam Morton. I understand that, Christian Walton. But a lot of these players want to play at a higher level. And at the minute, you only have to look at the women. Didn't get promotion last season, Matt. Paige Peake. We've had her on the channel. Their best player, I did think I said that before. She's gone to Southampton. So we need to realise this season is massive because if we don't get out this season, your Wes Burnses, your Chaplins, how long are they going to want to stay at Town? You go into places like Morecambe and Forest Green Rovers. No disrespect to them teams, but their career's ticking. Wes Burns, what is he now, 27?
Yep.
He's had interest, obviously, signed a new contract, but they won't stay forever at Town. So it's massively important that this season, by hook or by crook, be it top two, playoffs, however, we just need to get out of this league then we can keep them players, and then we can attract the better players and spend some proper money.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying for the last 2 years. I've been like a little kid in the sweet shop. I've been saying, get us up, mate.
Don't wreck all the money on just trying to get out of League One. Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably illustrated by the fact that we're told Twine probably was the plan A, and he's gone to Burnley.
Well, you see Paul P. Look, Paul P's comment there about Twine. Someone spoke to Ashton at the Needham Market game, and he said they could afford him, but obviously with him, he's done his season in League One.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he's going on to bigger things. He probably thought Ipswich Town, attractive proposition, Matt, but
but I'm back
they're not a championship team. They're not a championship team. You know, Burnley come down from the Premier League. You know, they've got like a big loan they've got to pay back. If you're Scott Twine, do you really want to go and live in Burnley? Because it is an absolute shithole.
Oh, I think you still would have struggled to get him. I still think you would have struggled to get him had we been promoted even. You know, weighing the two clubs up at the moment, Burnley are that club more likely to return to the Premier League.
Are they though?
Well, I think Vincent Company's gone in there, hasn't he? I see he's brought Craig Bellamy over with him, so that's his Anderlecht set up.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Kieran Dyer wasn't in the frame to go there, but obviously he's not been well, has he? But he was friends of all that crew.
Who knows? Who knows what's in the future? Stephen Parry.
On the podcast now, though, throwing his toys out the pram, Kieran Dyer.
Portsmouth. I want to let that Marin just let that sit for a minute. Portsmouth want a loaner. If LC don't need him last year, they would rather sell. Mark is asking the question: why would a Leeds player drop to League One? If he was championship ability, a club with ambition in that league would want him. I think two clubs are from the chat. I think that's what's confused in the matter. I think
there'll be loads of clubs in
that
Hurst. I'm not you can agree the terms, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be, that's the question, and it's a real disappointment. I don't want to go down this track like we did with Sonny Bradley last year. You know, like make the decision. This is the offer. Move it on quick. There's other options out there.
And we know Ashton's very good at selling this longer term vision, the bigger picture, isn't he? Which is how we probably got how we got Morsey's, how we got Chaplin. Although probably the hook back then was also working with Paul Cook again. But
Mark says here about Sam Morsey.
Yeah.
You know, if Cook wasn't here, he probably wouldn't have come.
No,
but there's other midfield players, and I like Sam Morsey, but football's got thousands of players. We finished 11th.
I'm looking forward to seeing Dominic Ball play this season. You know, he looks an absolute unit.
He really
he's going to be good for us, I think. Really good.
He really does.
Yeah.
Matt Stanhart, one of our YouTube members, says 3 million he thinks the club would go to for a striker. It's interesting because obviously a million's a million, and if you're looking at a million for a left back, a striker is normally worth a bit more.
I wonder how much nice.
What was it's like Martin says, Matt. A left back's not going to win your promotion.
Well, exactly. Exactly. Well, he might do with a worldie last minute, but what would Piggott? What would we have paid for Piggott if he had been? There was a fee attached and he wasn't on a free.
Million
and a half, maybe.
For a League One player that's only had one good year, 500,000. Maybe. I mean, Cole Stockton's only 500,000.
Is he still there, Morecambe?
Yeah, at the minute.
He's still there. Interesting.
I know Bolton were close in the January window. I don't know what's happening now, but if he's only worth half, then Piggott surely isn't that same sort of ballpark figure. It's just nice to finally be a football club actually active and being, you know what I mean, like properly run. It really is quite strange. Talking of properly run,
Ipswich Buses, your local bus company.
Don't get stuck in traffic. Ditch the car. Go green. Go contactless. Go Ipswich Buses. Fares available from £2.20 return, a fantastic price and a fantastic service. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talking Town. New advert there for you.
Lovely segue that. Now, while we were doing that, George Hurst is valued on transfer market at 720. So you're looking at about $1 million, I would say.
Yeah, possibly. Richie's dogs love that Ipswich Buses advert. Every time I play it, sets them going.
They love it. Our dogs allowed on Ipswich Buses.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny to say that last night. There was a girl on the tube with a little dog, one of them little sausage dogs, Matt.
Oh, but we've got a lot of them out on the school run. I see loads of them at the school gates.
It's for you, because you'd like a little sausage dog, because you're small, wouldn't you? Little sausage dog.
Funny little things, aren't they? Yeah.
Michael Finch, Bald Blue. Why are we still not looking abroad for players who can pay $4 million for Twine? I'm sure you could pick up someone decent. Who says we're not? Just because it's not in the news. We know this window particularly, things are last minute in the news. We know that, other than Celina, obviously, things are a little bit. Oh, we'll sign somebody. Here it is. Who knows? Who knows? Ashton himself said legal team was on it. They're looking at, and I know South America, for example, in terms of Brexit, the point system works better in Europe. Look at Norwich. They've gone to Brazil, or is it Colombia? And picked up a striker. Not saying we can do the same. They're a championship club, but who says we're not looking at Holland, at France? I'd
love us to sign a foreigner with a real difficult name to pronounce, man.
Oh, fuck off! He'd be rechristened.
Who was our last South American player?
Adrian Paz.
To Santos, surely. You classing Mexico, South America, aren't you?
Yeah.
Chivelli?
He was Argentine when he was around the same time.
I used to like Chivelli. Do you remember he got carried off against Burnley? He put his thumbs up. Never saw him again, did we?
Well, he wasn't a Roy Keane sort of player, was he? I don't think. You know.
No. Yeah, South America would be great. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm just South America, France, Germany, Holland.
Yeah.
Where, it's I just know that the Athletic are really good at writing articles about the effects of Brexit and South America continents now being a place people are looking. People are really sort of look at Norwich. It hurts to say, but Brazilian, I think, wasn't it?
I'm surprised with the fact we have American owners. We're not looking maybe at MLS players or people floating around that. But we'll see. Like you say, again, cheaper options than obviously getting people in from Europe now.
Wizard, money talks. Ipswich is a big club. Player drop a League One for a great project. We've got Michael Willis. How much do you think our squad is worth now? And which player is worth the most? Great question. I might answer that tomorrow.
Question, that is.
Yeah, I might answer that tomorrow. I might say that.
Keep that for tomorrow. Keep that for tomorrow.
Let me just screenshot that.
Are we a big club? I think we've got a big name.
We're huge, Ian.
We've got a big name. We've got a recognisable name, and you link that to Bobby.
Well, it's funny you say that. When I went to Brentford, the boys were wearing their Ipswich shirt, and loads of people, Matt, were noticing the sponsor.
Yeah,
they didn't worry about the badge. Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran. Yeah, big club.
Yeah. There we go.
We are now on 3769 for subscribers. So we've got. Come on. Let's dig in deep.
2, 3, 1. Come on.
As we keep saying, everyone who's watching this show, if you just get one person who's not subscribing,
no one took any notice of that comment from you last week, Matt, because it hardly moved.
No, because we did 1,000. So if everyone had done one person, I did
1,500 for last Sunday's show.
Yeah,
I know it was an absolute car crash.
Just tell one person to subscribe, and we will have it done by this time tomorrow.
It was such a car crash. I didn't put it on the audio.
Not on the audio.
No,
that last Friday show.
Yeah, no,
unbelievable. Harry FC, new member.
Harry's welcome home, brother. Thank you so much. You have come home to Talking Town, the voice of ITFC fans.
Harry's going to be our man behind the scenes at Pullman Road when he gets the new.
He's our ITK.
Why was he Why was it a car crash? What happened?
Because I was sober and you two were absolutely off your rockers.
Pissed. I've had more beers today. Get one of these down your mat.
Although I did get a few comments saying at least you got a bit of character finally. So I don't know. But right, I've got to go because I'm literally sweating.
Where are you going anyway? You wanted to go early. You're claiming it's the tennis. Have you got a budgie event?
I have, yeah. My birds are
there you go, Matt.
In Fincham, Norfolk.
You're off to enemy behind enemy lines.
I've dropped them off and come back. So I'm going to see if they've done anything. I don't expect to win. There's some good quality there today.
You're not in the running for rosettes this time. Is that what you're telling me?
Who's looking after them? You can't just leave your budgies there.
Of course you can. You drop them off. They get judged, and then you go back and you.
Green and yellow ones.
I've got a crest that's green and yellow. Who won last month? But I don't expect to win this week. It's very tough competition. It's an open show, not a rare show.
Tell everybody why it's tough out there.
Because there's some good breeders. There's some good breeders. Absolutely. No, I messed up one of the spots. Some of my better birds. I pulled the wrong one, and he's got lopsided. No one cares. Let's be honest.
Don't they all look the same? Don't they all look the same? These birds?
Do they? No. I'll take some pictures. You'll see. You'll be surprised.
I've got a story for you, Matt. When I was younger, my granddad, who's no longer with us, he had budgies.
Right.
So when he used to clean them out, Martin, he'd take them outside in the cage. He'd open the door up. He'd get that fucking bottom out, and he'd smash the bottom of it. The budgie's still in the cage, Matt. Fucking flapping around, there's going everywhere. Brilliant.
They're a bit different to those times. They're a bit different. I'll take some pictures because they're not the same, and you've got to pull their spot to make them uniform. And
when he's talking budgies coming on the network,
never. Never. It's
That's
my
right.
hobby. It's my
That's a
hobby.
nice little. That'd be nice little niche piece of content for the channel.
But it does bring me closer to my dad, who who actually knows isn't here anymore. Because like this morning I woke up 5:30. I put on, as a kid I used to get up at 5:30 and put on Channel 5. It was Mothers and Daughters or Fathers and Sons or whatever it's called. So I watched that. Then I had a shower. Then I got the birds ready, and we left at about 7:15.
I did think you were up very early on the WhatsApp. 6:37. A message coming in from the Gullah. Thought, blimey, what's happening?
Disney were Wink last night. Disney were Wink. I was so excited. It's like finally being back out there, early doors.
So you went to a budgie convention and not Neil Stag do.
That's next week. I've got the weekends wrong. Yeah, I got the weekends wrong.
You told us that it was this week.
I know. I got the weekends wrong. I came offline and Sophie said, "It's not next week." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I might still be going. I don't know.
Still going? Are you going? You was undecided, weren't you? If you're going,
I am undecided. Yeah, that's because of mobility. It's not easy when you can only walk like 50 yards.
And Dave, you have to spend a shed load. You have to spend a lot of. If it's all weekend, gonna be expensive, isn't it, man?
Yeah, look at Dave there talking tarantulas.
Maybe if the money is right, I will do most things. Harry, you deserve it. And yes, if I get the job, I will see if we can get Peter in the stands. Good man. And Wizard's not happy with you. He said you should just ask the question. Of course, we are a big club in the 80s. We were arguably one of the best sides in England.
Yeah. We are in 2022, Wizard, and we are in league.
40 years ago.
Right.
40 years ago, man. Still a big name, not a big club. Still a big name.
Well, there you go. But I'm out of here. So, he's been the Cruncher. That is the Media Mogul. We're back live tomorrow.
70 notes.
Nice.
70 notes.
What? Jesus.
Got a lovely range of Umbo training gear. It is very expensive, though. I will.
Diamonds.
You only drive a tractor around a horse track. How do you afford all this?
You live once. Come on. You
You
cannot.
are a prime suspect for a police investigation. You go to concerts, you got 70 notes.
Smashing the cash.
I think over one of the biggest things on the menu yesterday, I had the mac and cheese. It was only 14 quid. There was steak on there, Matt. It was like 35 quid.
I'd probably have had that.
I mean,
look, you got to smash the cash. Go and enjoy yourselves, God's sake.
And if you haven't subscribed,
and
you want me to splash more cash,
yeah, exactly.
Come on. 21 days to go. We got 21 days to go.
Joining me tomorrow is the peaky one, Mark Tuxford, and Lionel Alex Wilson. Hopefully,
can you ask Tux about his kittens, by the way?
Talking kittens.
Ask him about his kittens.
Is that a metaphor?
No, just ask him about his kittens.
Okay, I will. All right. There we go. Tune in tomorrow, 8:30 for that, 7:15 for the F1 show. When is Talking Cricket back?
A week today, because we were going to do one tonight, but then the 2020, and I thought we'll combine it with a one-day series. Let's not talk about them two games, Matt. 2-0 to India. But we will be back next Sunday, probably about 9 o'clock, and we'll do the one-day games as well, 50 overs.
And when are you going to dust off the boxing gloves, Phillips, and do a talking boxing?
I'll have a little look through the schedule. See what's coming
Fabio coming on? Come on, get him on.
Yeah, we got to get Fabio on. Yeah, absolutely.
Your best friends now. Your best friends now. So it's only a matter of
You
time.
make me smile when I think of you. If I get down low and I get blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. I woke up all soaked in sweat, weird chills running down my neck. I thought went crazy from just the thought of you. A long blonde hair.